Hey guys, AJ here back with another one for you. Guys, it's Friday. Friday. Yes, it is. I hope everyone's week as well. I hope you didn't have too stressful of a week. Yeah, guys, here we are. Skunks, what's going on, man? How's it going? How's it going, everyone? Yeah, guys, today we are going to talk about EDP445. Okay. And guys, this guy embodies the word knucklehead more than almost anyone else that I've ever seen. And the thing is, I used to think that he was somewhat kind of funny, like way back in the day when he first started. I think he was on like Tosh.0 or whatever. And then he just kind of disappeared for like a while. And yeah, he's been around since 2010. And I remember seeing him like way back then, probably like 2012, around that time. And this is back when YouTube still wasn't like big. You know what I'm saying? And the guy's an idiot, so he has that kind of goofy ha 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 humor, right? And yeah, the thing about this idiot is, dude, okay, EDP is funny because guys, when his original channel had like 1.5 million subs or something, right? That's a lot of subs. And he didn't do any type of editing. He didn't do any type of scripts, or he put like no effort into his channel. And he was making a lot of money doing this. Okay? He even got to make it out to the Eagles game for the Super Bowl. Okay? Because he was such an Eagles fan. And now he's back in the news again. So, guys, we're going to get into some of the background of this, guys. Let me even know if you even heard of this guy. You know what I'm saying? Because, guys, this guy's such a, oh, man. I don't want to say too much, guys, or they'll probably take down the stream for like bullying. But, guys, everything about this guy's annoying, right? And I thought he had a girlfriend at one point. Yeah. So here's this kind of brief article, guys, and then I have a video, right? So this Gideon guy, guys, I don't watch a lot of streamers. I just don't. I don't watch Twitch. I don't watch any of this stuff, right? All of my favorite content creators are usually on YouTube. So I watch a lot of like 40K stuff. What else do I watch? MMA stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I don't watch Luna. What's going on, my friend? Guys, let me know if you even heard of EDP445, right? And guys, he was one of those where EDP was not quite a lolcow like Wings of Redemption or Lauren Armstrong, right? But a lot of people would react to him, okay? Because of, I don't know, they would call him names about his weight and say the Eagles suck and all this other stuff, right? But he wasn't a lolcow because he realized that they would try and troll him, and then he would troll people back. But anyways, okay, so this is EDP445 was a massive YouTuber at one point who had over 2 million subs and managed to find success on the platform by posting videos that showcase his explosive personality and crude sense of humor. Guys, he had over 2 million subs. Guys, he would just make videos of him screaming into the microphone. Into the camera on his phone. And he was making a lot of money. It's just crazy that someone talk about biting a gift horse in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, it's crazy. I remember looking at him and saying, like, There are guys like there's a guy Luton09. He does 40K stuff. Uh um and then who else? Coffee House Crime, right? Guys like that who put so much thought and so much um effort into their videos and engaging their fans, right? Those guys have like 1.2 1.3 million subs, right? And then this moron has more than them, and all he does is just scream, inward this and blah 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 into the microphone. So you would think that he would be a bit more careful. But like I said, guys, money does not buy intelligence. It does not. Tanner McIntosh, I wish. Go to that mansion where you party for days. Right. Anyways, so however, his whole success came crashing down after a group of YouTubers calling themselves the Predator Poachers allegedly caught him in the act of trying to meet up with a 13-year-old girl. Now, guys, I didn't know any of this until Chris Hansen did his documentary on EDP445. And the best part about that, guys, I will drop a link to that in the chat, right? Because Chris Hansen's hold on, Chris Hansen, EDP. Chris Hansen's like he was his blatant like disregard and in disdain for EDP is just hilarious, right? Matter of fact, we could even look at Chris Hansen's video that he did for a long crime network here. But it's just hilarious how Hansen's like I guess he does some kind of crude humor. Lots of swearing and lots of expletives. Okay. So here we are. Okay. His excuse was that he was just gonna buy a cupcake, and this event is well known as the cupcake incident. Yep, guys, the cupcake incident. So now, more than 2 years later, Gideon, guys, what does Gideon do? I know that he was the guy that got kicked out of the WNBA games because he was acting like he was sleeping. Ellen, Gideon, WNBA. Yeah, he's this guy. Look at that, dude. Look at that. Sky River Rain. What's up, man? Uh okay. Walla Walla Cookie, how's it going? Are you from Walla Walla, Washington? I've been there before. So okay, so yeah, this is I don't even know if I'm saying his name. Gideon. Yeah, he did this and got kicked out of the WNBA game, which is hilarious. But anyways, so yeah, guys, I don't watch these dudes, right? I just don't. All these streamers. Jameson, what's up, man? Um, so the EDP hasn't dropped him, so he was banned off the internet. Now, more than 2 years later, Gideon has finally tracked down EDP, tracked down EDP445 and confronted him about those events with a full video of activities. He hasn't dropped off the face of the internet since he was banned from he tried to build a new following on other platforms since, but has been banned from many of them as a result of the backlash. He still walks free. Look at that. Okay, so regardless, the original sting operation has evidence enough for many people the people, and they've been trying to track him down and confronting him for years. He's even dressed like a cupcake. Hilarious. Look at that, man. Guys, let's go to Chris Hansen's video about this whole thing. Since this is a TCAP channel, guys. And guys, listen to like the disdain that Chris Hansen has for him. He can't hide it. You know what I'm saying?
What the cracking with him, my your boy Eat That 445 coming at y'all, Mark mother with another video.
That was YouTuber Bryant Moreland, aka EDP445. Moreland had a very different tone when he was accused of sexual misconduct by online predator catchers.
What's up, man?
What's up?
No fist? Okay. No fist bump?
I don't fist bump people like you, man. To be
Okay.
honest.
We have you talking to Sophie, correct? Yes or no?
Right.
Okay. Sophie is how old? Before, and again, I have it right here. I know the answer, but I just need you to tell me the answer. How old is she?
13.
13. Okay. And before we get into the messages, there was sexual content involved, yes or no?
Right.
And you said
Correct.
okay. All right. Well, he's heading home now, so you know.
Hey, Cece.
You're gonna get help, right?
Hey, Cece unit.
Yes. You
Hey,
know
bro.
what? Just send the cop
Not
over
back
here.
up.
Send the cop over here.
Right? So who better to break this down than the most well-known predator catcher of them all, Mr. Chris Hansen. Chris, it's an honor and a pleasure. Thanks for coming on Law and Crime After Hours.
Sam, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. How you doing? Happy New Year.
I'm doing well. Happy New Year to you too, Chris. So what's going on here? You have a YouTuber, a public figure. He's got 2.2 million subscribers. He's pulling in millions of views. How does he get caught up in something like this, Chris?
Well, we see this every once in a while on YouTube. It's vastly unregulated, and these guys have this enormous platform where they reach a lot of people. And if you're so designed to engage in predator-like activity, you can use that platform and that notoriety to reach out to potential targets. And that's certainly what appears to have been happening here with Bryant Moreland and EDP445. He was engaging in inappropriate conversations, according to many people, with minors. And ultimately, this got back to a couple of other content creators, Master at Work and Cold Raven, who are also in that sports, football mania realm. And they'd had enough. What they saw, what they heard sickened them, this behavior. So they turned it over to a fellow named Alex Rosen, who you saw, who confronted EDP445 and outed him after what was allegedly a conversation between Moreland and a 13-year-old. And they had the transcripts. And so at this point, we get onto the story and we interview Alex and we
And dude, he should be happy that like that he even get mentioned by the legendary Chris Hansen, right, guys? Believe it or not, I think that this is the most famous that EDP is ever gonna be, right? Right, guys? Come on.
tried to interview EDP.
Oh, and guys, I guess that he legally changed his name too, so that people would know where he is. But he's kind of hard to miss. Oh man.
445. He first said he'd do it if we paid him, which we don't do, and then he declined the interview altogether. And I wish I would have had him there because I think I could have pinned him down. Now he came up with all kinds of excuses, as you know, and
Of course he did.
but at the end of the day, the evidence was pretty damning. And so finally, YouTube took action. They took him off the platform. He funded him, and he's faced some other consequences. Although he has not been charged by law enforcement in this case.
Do you know why he hasn't been charged yet?
I do not. I know that there was an
Now this, guys, hold on. This video was from 7 months ago. So I'm assuming that this whole thing is still ongoing. Like he just I'm assuming that he's just making it hard for the whole trial to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Or he's having all these lawyers. Because look, people say EDP is broke. He probably is, but dude, he probably has some money, right? Because having 2 million subs, dude, I mean, come on, that's a lot of money. that you can make. And he was putting out videos regularly. That's a lot of cash.
An open investigation. They were looking at it. I can tell you, Sam, that generally speaking, in the law enforcement community, there is difficulty prosecuting some of these vigilante cases. And I'm not saying the work that Alex Rosen and Predator Poachers do.
Guys, someone asked me why, like, I don't talk about other like Predator channels or whatever, you know. And first of all, I don't know very many of them, and second of all, like, I don't really, you know, like I said, I don't really think that it's good for other content creators to talk about other content creators unless they like kind of know each other and are friends, right? So like, yeah, I don't really know any of these guys, so I don't want to make a bunch of videos saying, "Oh, these guys are great," and then all of a sudden, like, they end up doing some foolishness, and then I'm connected to them somehow, right? So, I mean, if what they're doing is good, and they're doing it the right way, they can keep on doing it. You know what I'm saying? But until someone can like kind of vouch for one of these guys, I know that my channel's small. Hey, it is what it is. But if it gets big one day, I don't want it to come back and bite me that I supported the one guy who ended up, you know, being a predator, his or herself, you know?
Was shoddy in any way. I'm not being critical of them, but they tend to do these cases and put them on their own social media platforms, and they get attention. And I think some of this is well-intentioned, that they're trying to out people who are trying to harm children. But because there's no collaboration with law enforcement on the front end, it becomes very difficult to prosecute these cases on the back end. So you have a lack of social justice, and the rap on some of these groups, and I'm not putting Alex in that category, is that they're doing this for clicks and profit and gain.
Oh, the main guy that caught him, Tanner says. You know what? Someone else was talking about that guy, that he had some weird charges against him or whatever. Yeah.
Without having any social justice on the back end.
Yeah, it can be a messy disconnect between the people who catch him and actually law enforcement stepping in.
And that doesn't mean their work wasn't good. It doesn't mean their work wasn't good, and it doesn't mean that you know, Moreland isn't you know, responsible for his actions, because he is, and ultimately he was held accountable by YouTube and some of these other social media platforms.
Did you notice Moreland try to high five and fist bump Rosen?
What's up, man?
What's up?
No fist? Okay. No fist bump?
I don't fist bump people like you, man. To be honest.
So
Okay.
Well, yeah, he was going to be his buddy all of a sudden. It's like when the Predator Sokol brought the pizza into the Fairfield County investigation. He offered me a piece of pizza, like he was going to suddenly be my buddy. And these guys do this all the time. We did an investigation, Sam, just a few weeks ago, where the guy came around the corner, in the first words out of his mouth were Chris Hansen. He knew what he was walking into, but did it anyway. We had another guy in that same sting operation. At the end of the conversation I had with him, which is very animated and aggressive, it'll be on True Blue in the next few days. I said, "Well, there's something you need to know. I'm Chris Hansen." He goes, "Oh, I know." I said, "Well, how did you know?" He said, "Well, I'm 49. I watch TV. Everybody knows." I said, "Why are you here if you think this is such a threat?" It's mind-boggling.
Yeah, he says he knows who you are, and at that point, obviously, he knows he's in some trouble.
Yeah.
What'd you make of EDP basically right off the bat admitting that he was talking to a 13-year-old?
have you talking to Sophie, correct? Yes or no?
Right.
Okay. Sophie is how old? Before, and again, I have it right here. I know the answer, but I just need you to tell me the answer. How old is she?
13.
13. Okay.
Yeah, guys, you've probably seen this. Well, some of you have probably seen this footage a whole bunch. I know that I watched this a bunch, but we can watch it again. And guys, EDP, they had caught him TCAP style with a decoy that was trying to chat with him. Okay. And then I remember this was everywhere, all over YouTube, man. And then and then EDP, he was all the time be like, "Oh man, what would I mean to talk to you young girls?" Baby, and then he tried to pull the whole role-playing chat room, right? Role-playing chat room excuse. Clown world.
And before we get into the messages, there was sexual content involved, yes or no?
Right.
And you said
Correct.
Well, I think he's trying to mitigate the criminal responsibility. I see this all the time in these cases. Okay, I was talking to the person because obviously you have the proof of that. It's right there in the transcripts. But I didn't intend to have an inappropriate sexual liaison with that child. I was just having a conversation. I was just talking about sports or the things I talk about on my YouTube show. I didn't mean anything illicit by it. You know, I hear it all the time that I just came over to make sure the child was okay. I was going to get her out of this risky lifestyle that she's
all the same excuses we hear over on TCAP, right, guys? Oh, I was just trying to be a mentor to her, sir. I was trying to tell her that, you know, to not be out on the internet and talk to strange guys. Absolute clown world.
leading online. I was going to give her some money. I was going to give her a soda pop, whatever. Well, what are you doing with the condoms and the weed? That, you know, doesn't.
Guys, do you say soda or do you say pop? Because I think pop is like a southern thing. And then like on the coasts, is soda. Because I say soda because I'm from the West Coast. You know what I mean? So
Makes sense. So he was just trying to mitigate what he was caught doing. And you see this frequently with these guys. Their mindset is, okay, I'm going to do this because I blurred the line between fantasy and reality and I can't control my actions, right? I'm going to go for this. But if I do get caught, I need a backup excuse. It's almost, Sam, if you were driving on I-95 doing 93 and you're thinking, if I get clipped, what am I going to tell the cop?
93, not 90, not 100, 93.
Mm-hmm. That's what these predators think, you know, much more serious, devastating crime.
Yeah, of course. And they come up with every excuse in the book. So
Of
EDP
course.
said he was there to pick up a cupcake. I mean, that has to be one of the more laughable excuses you've ever heard, Chris.
Well, I was coming out here to.
Glasses off.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake and then go back home. There was, you know, nothing that was going to be sexual involved because I'm not like that. You know, well,
Please.
obviously the text messages and stuff like that.
Because I'm not like that. Well, except for all the, you know, text messages and all that other stuff. But, you know, that doesn't mean anything. Right.
Well, he's nervous, you know, and so that's the best he could come up with. I came to pick up a cupcake. I mean, what does that say about this guy? Besides, obviously, he's 445 pounds and has had more than his fair share of cupcakes.
Yo, because Anthony is clowning. Oh man.
I came to pick up a cupcake. What does that say about this guy? Besides, obviously, he's 445 pounds and has had more than his fair share of cupcakes. Is it a reference to, you know, something a child would like? The child offered a cupcake? I mean, maybe there was something in the chat that I didn't see, you know, with the decoy referencing a cupcake. But yeah, it's just, it's ridiculous.
It is. And he also claims he can't be a predator because it's not how his mom raised him.
Oh, please.
My mom.
Guys.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Zeph's in the house. Zeph's in the house. Zeph's in the house. What's going on, my friend?
Not much. I've been weirdly tired all week. I probably should check in with the doctor about it. It's odd, but it goes away at like the afternoon for some reason. I don't know, but I have to figure it out. It's sort of like my head kind of feels spacey, but the rest of me feels fine. It's very weird.
Do you have any allergies?
Figure out what it is
Of any kind?
I usually do, like just with pollen and stuff, but it usually doesn't cause stuff like this. I don't know.
No, I've had a lot
of
issues the last like week and a half.
Yeah, could be that.
With allergies and it sucks because, you know, the cough is still out there. So any type of nasal anything, you're looking around in public like, oh, are you coughing? You sneeze, you're like, guys, I'm fine. I swear.
I don't have the allergies with it, which is weird. I just like I don't have the sneezing or anything. I just have like the kind of headache thing. It's weird.
That's
But
probably
anyways,
because remember these. You can get a little bit of tension in your sinuses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it can give you a headache. Well, I hope you feel better, my friend. You know what I mean?
well, thanks.
So do you know anything about EDP445?
Oh, good lord, I do. A little bit too much. One of my favorite YouTubers refers to him as one of the Cupcake Crusaders, and that's really funny to me.
This guy,
well, he posted an EDP video yesterday, but it got taken down, and so now he can't post for like 2 months.
There you go. Yeah. Okay. That's why I'm trying to be careful on this stream, is because you don't want to get. We don't want to get dinged for bullying. You know what I'm saying? Because they could do that. So if we make fun of this dude's weight or any of this stuff, so I'm just trying to be careful. Even though Chris Hansen's throwing all the shade in the video, but the thing is like, how did you first come across EDP 445's videos, or have you ever seen his videos, or did you just see it when this happened?
So it started with the memes, like the stuff on Vine and stuff like that. Occasionally excerpts of his YouTube videos were like in memes and stuff, and I thought, oh, this guy's kind of funny. And then sooner or later, of course, I heard about the first time. Of course, this man's been caught at least 5 times or something in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like every time fall comes around, this guy decides to get caught again. But it's become a seasonal thing at this point.
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't really watch his YouTube videos. I just heard like the memes of like the left leg thing and that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it started out with the memes, and then later I found out this guy's not so great, and kind of doesn't surprise me.
The thing is, I'm a football fan, so like the whole Eagles thing, and then the whole, and hating on the Cowboys and all that. That was funny back in the day. I'm talking like back in 2000.
Yeah.
Man, because he was on Tosh.0 like years ago. Like I want to say 2015 or 16 or something. That's what I first heard of him, and I thought he was funny, but I still can't believe how successful that he was with little to no effort. You know what I mean? Like he had 2 million subs, and his videos were getting 300,000, 400,000, 500,000 views with no, like I said, no editing, no nothing. He was just screaming into his phone and filming stuff in his car. So it's like you would think that you would want to protect that type of success. You know what I'm saying? Because never mind. I was gonna make a joke about the money, about the amount of money that it takes for him to, anyways. but so, and what did you think when you first heard of the whole scandal, this whole thing with him?
Mostly I saw the memes first, and then it like the memes of like him standing in that parking lot and stuff with like SpongeBob music over it or whatever. But then I actually saw like the stuff that he was sending to people. Like I didn't see the images, of course. It was all censored, but just even the idea of it was just pretty bad. So
yeah. Well, I think that I don't know, we can play armchair psychologist here, right? And I think that his weight has always been a big issue, right? And there's a lot of people with as popular as they get or whatever, or no matter how much success that they get, they always have these underlying issues. Like for instance, I don't know if you know, let me see, let's go here. Ronda Rousey. Okay, so you know who Ronda Rousey is, right?
I'm not sure, but I think I've seen her before.
Yeah, so she's a woman who let's go differs. It's facts, man. It's facts. Okay. So She single-handedly brought women into the UFC. Okay, Dana White said that there will never ever be women in the UFC. Okay, but Ronda Rousey, she was the very first American woman to ever medal in judo. Okay, which is super hard to do. Okay, and this is her judo. Way back in the day when she was this little girl who doing judo. And when she got this medal, it was huge because her mom was the very first American woman to get a championship in Russian combat training, right? So she's a beast, and she came into MMA and was whooping everyone. So Dana White goes, so she was fighting in a smaller league, and she goes, yeah, well, what about girls in MMA? And Dana White says there will never be women in MMA. But then she got so popular and was so skilled that he brought her over. Now, do you see how Ronda poses like this? You see how she has her arms behind her back? Why do you think that she does that? Just throw out a guess. Because she does it all the time, unconsciously.
I don't know. Like, it seems like it would probably be to make her shoulders look bigger, but it's probably some other.
No, when she was young, because doing judo, you get big shoulders and big arms and a big back because you're pulling, you're pulling, you're tossing, you're doing all this stuff, right? So there's a lot of work. So she had really big arms back when she was in high school, middle school. Like she had like buff arms. Here she is again doing it. See?
Yeah.
Girls used to make fun of her for her arms. So it's burned into her skull so much, the insecurity about her arms. Even though she's done modeling, she's an actress now, she does all this stuff, right? She still to this day does that. It's the craziest thing. She still does this. Isn't that crazy? Like how super successful she's one of the most successful female athletes of all time. And Ronda Rousey's grandfather is black. Just in case you guys didn't know. So technically, but yeah. And she is a very attractive, outgoing, intelligent. She checks all the boxes, but she still has this innate insecurity about her arms. You know what I'm saying? So let me bring this back to this idiot right here. Well, okay, I can't call him names. Okay, please don't take my stream down, YouTube. Please don't. Okay. So this EDP guy, he had fans. He was being he's an Eagles fan, so they brought him out to the Super Bowl, right? So on the one where the Eagles won, so he was making it, and I just think that people thinks about their weight or all these other things that people have been dealing with, they just can't get past it. Their internal struggle cannot. Nothing external can override that internal insecurity. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And you would think that it would just be as easy as, hey, dude, you'll use some of that money to just get a personal trainer. You know what I mean? Like get yourself in shape, bro. You know what I mean? But some people we don't know. I don't know. I know a guy. I know two people who were ridiculously overweight and then ended up losing a lot of weight and getting in fantastic shape, and there just has to be something in you that just gets tired of living like that. I don't know what it is, you know what I'm saying? But obviously he's not the type to do that. So I don't think that's what, obviously, guys, I'm not trying to say that's that excuses him chasing little girls, obviously, but people might ask why anyone that's successful does things, and I really think that with a lot of these guys, you know, they're too big a cowards to actually go after women their own age. You know what I mean? Because they're just like Vincent Ambrosio. I'm fat. You know what I mean? He probably has that going on. So, what do you think?
I think that's some of it, but also kind of, I don't know. I mean, if somebody, it's shown that like it should be one strike, you know, and you're out, because
that's what I think.
I mean, this guy, he's been getting caught every fall for
yep.
the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, something needs to be done about it.
Yeah, and
Not
just to
obvious what will be
reiterate,
done,
guys,
but-
I'm not excusing his behavior, but people, because he had a girlfriend at one point in his videos, if I remember, right? I don't
think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand, and I honestly think that I don't know. Well, the guy's an idiot. He's a knucklehead. Allison Marie Armstrong, what's going on, my friend? Okay, here we go.
I mean, maybe there was something in the chat that I didn't see, you know, with the decoy referencing a cupcake. But yeah, it's ridiculous.
It is. And he also claims he can't be a predator because it's not how his mom raised him. What'd you make of that?
My mom, may she rest in peace. You guys know that, right? You guys seen the videos.
Yeah.
All that bullshit. My mom did not raise a fucking. Okay. She did not raise a creep or where. I know what the screenshots say. Okay. I'm aware of that. I'm looking right at them. Okay.
Well, no mother raises their child to be a predator. Come on. I mean, it just doesn't go down that way. These guys develop a fantasy and a fetish, and some are, you know, wired this way, I suppose, but they ultimately decide to try to have this sexual liaison with a child for whatever reason. And of course, his mother didn't raise him that way, but he turned out to be that way for whatever combination of reasons we don't know.
So after he involves his dead mom, Chris, he then admits that he's done this more than once.
Most definitely, this is not your first time either, right?
Right.
This is absolutely not. How many times have you done this?
This actually is my first time.
You just
please, guys.
The lie detector determined
He's
that
been
was
caught
a lie.
every fall for 3 years.
Yeah, dude. Come on, man. Come on. Hey, guys. Anyone who wears shades like this, it is just instant douche anyways. You know what I mean? Come on.
that it wasn't your first time, and now you say it is.
He corrected him
Vipers.
second time, right? Come on. Yeah, but that style of glasses, dude, is just douchery. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that he's communicated before, because now he's thinking, okay, I got caught this time. What else do they have on me, right? And how do I, again, mitigate the harm here? What is my story? How am I going to defend this? I mean, these guys think they can talk their way out of it right up until the last minute when, you know, the law enforcement officers and detectives come in and arrest them.
That's true. Because if anyone would know about that, it's Chris Hansen, the foremost expert on all this.
Task force. I mean, I've seen it all. And if you had asked me 18 years ago when we did our very first predator investigation, if guys would still be showing up, I would have said, no, this is a 1 or 2 time investigation. Nobody's going to show up after we put this on television. But again, it speaks.
Hey, Zeph, doesn't Chris Hansen look? I'm telling you, he looks so much better now than he did.
Yeah, he does. I think so. Yeah.
In Hansen versus Predator. I mean, he. Dude, I know that he was like on the sauce. He was like deep in his alcoholism. You know what I'm saying? But isn't it amazing that he's so much older here, but he looks so much better? Like you know, his neck, you can see he's a little older, but his eyes, everything, he looks so much more youthful and alive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's crazy.
I was gonna say, who has the Law and Order soundboard?
That's me.
Okay, because I keep hearing it and I'm like, what? Pretty accurate, but yeah.
No, okay, so I've been putting together sound effects for TCAP only. So I have like role playing chat room, dude. Role playing and I have secrets oops on there. And then I
You
have
should add Kit Kats. You should add
oh
that one.
no, I'm gonna make a list in the Discord of sound effects. Yes, one Kit Kats. What Kit Kats sound? And then I have to do I was just getting something to eat.
I was going fishing.
Oh,
Check my
man.
truck.
Oh man, talking online. Oh God. Jameson or someone in the Discord said that we should look at someone's interrogation. Drop who that was in the chat if you can, because I don't remember. I remember it briefly, but you are right. The investigators just grilling this dude, if I remember.
The crime, the mindset of these guys, how many of them are out there, and quite honestly, the ubiquitous nature of the internet. When we started this,
You know what else I don't like about EDP? I do this some of the time, I guess, but he does it a lot. But he does that loud smacking noise. When he goes, like in between his sentences. I try to not do it. You know what I mean? But mine's more of my speech impediment. But he just does it, and it just drives me crazy.
we merely had decoys in chat rooms on AOL and Yahoo. Well, today, the number of social media platforms, and hence the ability for an adult to contact a child, is grown exponentially.
It's true.
You
That's
can't
very,
even
very
keep track of
true.
it anymore with all these different platforms out there now.
Yeah, let alone a guy with a platform with 2.2 million subscribers.
That's crazy.
So, Chris, after he admits to
Zeph,
doing,
do you realize how much money that is?
That's
2.2 million. And if he would have been doing lives too, like if he would have been doing like a live stream, getting like super chats and stuff, he would have been making millions.
Yep.
Millions. I know one.
If Chris says
person.
one more thing about the internet being addictive, I'm gonna.
That's right. That's the one thing that I can say. That EDP is cute, built good.
Built
No,
to be good for many years without food, but anyways.
But you are right though. Oh, speaking of that, guys, did you see this guy? Look at this. Man goes 365 days without. Look at this. Look at this. You see this? This guy was really, really overweight. And he didn't eat for 382 days to lose weight. 382 days. So he came in there weighing 32.5 stone. What is that in kilograms? I mean, kilograms, what, in 207 times 2.2.
The lie detector determined that
sorry,
was
guys.
a lie.
So he was 455 pounds. Okay. And okay, he told the hospital staff he was ready to cut out food altogether. So doctors had agreed to monitor his progress because he was sick of being overweight. Angus didn't really expect the fast. His doctors didn't expect the fast to last long, but they thought that a short fast would help him lose some weight. So to compensate for his lack of nutrients, he was prescribed multivitamins to take, including potassium and sodium, as well as yeast. Isn't Vegemite or like Marmite? That's like yeast or something too, right? I think so.
I think so. Maybe.
Have you ever tried Vegemite, Zeph?
No, but I've heard all the awful jokes about how.
Oh, please don't, don't, man! It's terrible. It's terrible. Okay, as it turned to weeks, Angus's persistence increased. So the Scot wanted to reach his reported ideal weight of 180 pounds, so he kept going. Angus would attend hospital visits frequently and stay overnight. He got regular blood tests, all of which revealed that his body was functioning just fine. After weeks turned into months, he compensated for his lack of food by drinking more black tea, black coffee, and sparkling water. His body began to adapt to lack of food by burning its own fat stores for energy. For the last 8 months, his glucose levels were consistently very low, but the Scot did not suffer any adverse effects. In the final few months, he began to have a pinch of sugar or milk in his tea or coffee. For those wondering, he went to the toilet every 40 to 50 days. What?
It's insane. Oh yeah, don't try this at home. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
guys,
down there.
please don't do this. Angus
Yeah, don't
eventually
do that.
called it quits after 382 days, having finally reached his dream weight of 180 pounds. He had forgotten the taste of food before his first meal after the fast. He had a boiled egg with a slice of bread and butter, and it said, "I enjoyed my egg and I feel very full." 5 years later, he weighed 196 pounds. Now, have you guys? Let me know if you heard of these knuckleheads that are going 11 days without food or water. It's like a dry fast. Dry fast. Look at this. Dry fasting is when you avoid food and liquid. So supporters say that it helps weight loss and immunity. Guys, this is the dumbest thing that I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah, that's gotta be the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I know a guy at my gym. He swears that he dry fasted for like 9 days or like 10 days. I'm like, that's not possible because you have to have a lot of water. And this, guys. And then he says, yo, he says, well, after a certain time, then your body does a reaction where it produces water.
From what? It comes out of your eyes and you're crying because you're starving. I mean,
he probably saw it on some YouTube thing or some Instagram, but guess what, dude?
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Run amok.
Run amok.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Guys, don't do that. No. Wisco. Muslims they eat before sun up and then fast until the sun goes down. Okay? Now, so they can't drink water or eat until the sun goes down. Now, some Muslims can drink water. Okay? I when I was in Washington State, I remember that one of my friends who was Muslim could drink water, and the other one, he would be spitting into a cup because he was so thirsty because he hadn't drank water in so long because he didn't drink water all day. So, yeah. But I remember on the football team, there was a Muslim kid, and he could drink water. So, guys, don't ever do this. Okay? Don't ever do this. The dry fasting, it's okay if you want to do like a intermittent fast or whatever, but not drinking water. And guys, just think about this. Zeph, cook with me here. Think about the privilege that we have here. That we have an abundance of water and food that we can choose to not eat it because some moron on the internet told us not to.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really make any sense to just completely not eat anything because if you do it for religious reasons, okay, but if you do it for months and then you just pass away, you're going to eventually. So
yeah, but people walk for miles in Southeast Asia and Africa to get fresh water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then we're like, I saw Dr. Mantis Toboggan on YouTube.
Yeah.
Tell me to not drink water for 15 days. Clown world.
Doing this multiple times, he somehow seems shocked that they're going to call the cops.
Favor? No, you guys, please.
Hi, is this Bakersfield, Kern County?
Are you guys really doing this?
Are
you really doing this?
There's some.
Come on, man. This is one of the reasons why I don't know. So I don't watch any other types of guys, but they I feel like they make this more about themselves instead of being about the investigation. Yeah, which look, they are YouTubers. They have to get views. Fine, you know what I'm saying? But yeah,
Somebody here to meet
You're here to meet a
13-year-old
13-year-old.
who's solicited photos. There's somebody here.
Are you
There's
really
somebody here
doing
to meet-
this?
Yes.
I thought he was gonna try and run.
Well, good luck with that.
Oh yeah, like he's the victim. That's the other thing that these guys often do is they claim that they're the victim. You guys set me up. I wasn't going to do this. I get emails frequently from friends and relatives of alleged predators.
Oh, guys, hey, guys, drop in the comments if you've ever read Chris Hansen's book. Chris Hansen book. He wrote this book. In his book, he describes hold on. Yeah, this is it. So he describes how some of the predators' families call him and bother him. Like, you're doing this and rah, you know what I mean? So it's pretty interesting. Let's see.
I'm caught saying, he told me all about it. He told me what was in the transcripts. Well, he didn't tell you everything that was in the transcripts, and he didn't tell you everything that was said on a recorded phone conversation between your guy and the decoy. You know, in my cases, at least, there's a threshold and there are rules in place so that there isn't an entrapment issue. And that's why there is virtually 100% conviction rate here, because we collaborate with law enforcement to make sure that social justice is achieved. You know, he thinks he's going to explain his way out of this to the cops because he's got this, you know, online activist group who's caught him.
Yeah. Speaking of the people who called him, Chris, like you mentioned this earlier, you thought they did a nice job and you weren't dinging them for anything that they did.
Yeah, but and the interview that he had with those knuckleheads, Zeph, did you see the interview that Chris Hansen had with the two guys that caught EDP?
No, but I do remember there was a bunch of drama surrounding like the actual guys themselves.
Yeah, Matt,
doing stuff.
Well, I might pull that up here in a little bit. But at the end, they're like, "So, Chris, you know, we really admire you, man, and maybe we can one day do a collab." And Chris Hansen's like, yeah, no," because he goes over like how I think he looks into it. And he sees that their quote unquote investigation is some of the stuff that they did is making it hard to prosecute. You know what I'm saying? And so he's just like upset. And they're like, "Whoa, you know, Chris, you know, maybe we can do something together." No.
In getting EDP, but someone who's experienced as you are, you know, you're viewed as the legend, the GOAT of predator catching. Overall, what's your opinion on YouTubers doing sting operations like this?
Well, I think it presents a risk to justice. And I think some of the people doing this are maybe well-intentioned, but they don't have all the safeguards in place to prevent themselves from getting injured, to injure the person they're going after without having any sort of, you know, due process, and to harm somebody's reputation. It's easy, Sam, to go out there and set up a sting and jump out of the bushes. For
that was it. That was it. Wisco Dipper said it. Yes, dude, that's right. He was saying all this, you know, Germans of a certain time period that we can't talk about stuff. That's right, Zeph. That's why.
Damn. Okay.
That's why he got in trouble. That's right. I forgot about. Thanks, man. Guys, drop a like on the stream.
I knew it was something awful, but I didn't remember what it was.
Yeah, drop a like on the stream, guys. It helps with the all-knowing algorithm. That's right.
Anybody can do that. Not anybody, but a lot of people can do that. The difficult part is structuring this so that, one, you find people who are actually predisposed to doing it, who have done it before to actually find bad humans trying to harm children. We're not trying to trick people. These are people who would be doing this with or without our sting operations. And then to make sure that it's done safely, that it's done so there can be a prosecution. And that's what we do. And I don't think there's anybody else doing it quite like that.
Yeah, I think a key word you use there is doing it safely. So, Chris, you actually have a report coming out about EDP. Do you want to talk about that?
We do. It's going to be in a few days here. We've gone back and taken a look at what's happened to this case since we first reported on it several months ago. And, as I mentioned earlier, Sam, he was, demonetized, deplatformed, taken off of YouTube. He has, been held accountable in his personal life. But we wanted to go back and take a look at what he's been doing since then. And now there are fresh allegations, as recent as December 2022, that he's been contacting underage people again online.
Just like Zeph said, right, Zeph? Yep. He gets caught.
One of them, she even did a video about it, like talking about it. So
what?
Gosh.
And these two content creators, Cold Raven and Master at Work, have been very involved in following this. So I have both of them on. And then we talked to a lawyer who's expert, Reyes Mohammed, in this field. And he talks about the liability there. And what's going to happen now that, EDP445 has changed his name from Bryant Moreland. He's on TikTok now, where he's got about 700,000 followers.
And so he's been banned off of TikTok multiple times. He'll make a TikTok and then it'll get banned in like a week, but like he'll get all these subs. It's crazy.
Followers there. So what's happening on TikTok with all these potentially young and impressionable people following him there? So, for us, it's about creating awareness and a dialogue and letting people know that this is what this guy is all about.
Terrible.
And he rattles his saber.
Yeah, I don't need to see that, dude.
the fact they used that clip is so funny to me.
Yeah. Hold on. Okay, so I was gonna go to. Okay, this is let's go here. This is another guy. He did a video on him.
EDP445 has been fired from 3 different jobs over the last couple of weeks as a result of people exposing his employment to TikTok. He's apparently completely out of money and as a result has been evicted from a few different properties and is now living out of a suitcase in a couple of unconventional crappy locations. However, the craziest update in the EDP445 tragedy is that only 3 weeks ago, according to one of his former YouTube buddies by the name of Felipe, the big man himself has actually been put behind bars.
Oops, did anyone know that? I hadn't heard this part. Clown World.
This is the Henderson, Nevada Detention Center. Inmate Brian Moreland would like to receive the call. And I said yes.
Things have gotten so bad for EDP that right now as we speak, he's applying to have his name legally changed. However, in a world of tit for tat where you unavoidably reap what you sow, it's hard to say that this punishment is undeserving. And in this video, you'll see how bad things can truly become if you plant weeds in your garden as opposed to flowers.
Facts, dude. Absolute facts.
To what extent should a person's life be ruined for the mistakes made in their own past? At what point...
Hey guys. So we have this conversation with Jeff Stacy about Jeff Stacy and a couple of these other guys, right? Why do people try and feel bad for these knuckleheads, okay? Why? If what he was trying to do is probably one of the worst things that you can do is victimize kids. So guys, I don't care what happens to him. I don't. Red Mist, what's up, man? How you been, man? Long time no see. Jonathan Hills from the Buddhism Hotline. I don't even know who that is now defending EDP. Nah, I don't. Dude, look, anyone that's that dumb, guys, I don't care. Like I said, I don't even want to. Anyone that that would be defending this guy, like Red Mist. Do you know like what the gist of his defense is, I don't even care. You know?
If ever, should EDP445 be forgiven for his own foolish
No.
decisions? Does EDP4...
No, because he doesn't show any remorse, right? He's never said, guys, sorry, I messed up. He's never even like come clean about it. So you know what? He gets what he gets.
45's work completed prior to his cancellation hold any residual value, or was it rendered completely and utterly useless from the second he showed up to that cursed Bakersfield motel? We asked this last question because prior to the 18th of April 2021, things were actually going reasonably well for EDP445. If you look at his social...
Reasonably well? That's an understatement, right? Guys, he was making a lot. I know a person that has like 1.5 million subs. And this person makes, I mean, in the tens of thousands of dollars a month, at least. Okay? Right? So he was making a lot of money. Jameson, what's up, man?
I'm not familiar with this guy.
Really?
No, I don't. I know very little. I haven't really been following the stream either.
Oh,
but I gotta ask: is he political at all in his videos?
EDP?
Yeah.
No. He just talks about the Eagles and taking dumps, and he's just a loud crass dude. But dude, he was really popular. Guys, put some of the stuff that he was on. The Eagles flew him out. He's been flown out to the Eagles training camp. He's been on the news. Hold on.
That's why I was asking if he was political, because if he were, that's the type of thing that people will usually overlook this sort of thing.
Yeah, he was on the news.
I don't be on the news, dog.
Interview. No, but like a lot of his videos would end up on the news. They'd be like, yeah, this Eagles fan is this and that, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy to just even think about like how famous that this guy got with like little to no, well, I don't want to say a little to no talent, but you know, oh yeah, Red Mist, man. Kai from that 70s show, man. He got 30 years. 30 years, man. It's crazy. What do you think? She said, don't give me no lies and keep your hands to yourself. And he deserves all those years he got to. Because apparently they had a whole lot of evidence. What were you saying, Jameson?
Was I saying something?
Oh, yeah, dude. But EDP, he would just yell about the Eagles and scream and yell and cuss and swear. And, you know, yeah. So.
Go Birds.
Yeah.
Blade graph, you'll see that he gained 520,000 subscribers over the course of 2 months in April and May of 2020. People loved him because he was one of the last few YouTubers who had absolutely no filter. He was unconcerned about ad revenue and therefore swore like a trooper while tackling some of the most crass yet hilarious topics. EDP445's unconventional mind was...
Look at this. 604,000 views, 385,000 views, 443,000 views. His videos regularly, like what this one here has 967,000 views.
Maybe you're on the wrong side of the predator issue.
Ah, man, I guess so. That's, you know how much money, like, unless he was swearing so much that his videos didn't get monetized. You know what I mean? But dude, oh look, obviously he's not very smart because he said Jalen Hurts is terrible. That didn't age well, did it? That didn't age well at all. Man, oh man, oh man. Jalen Hurts is terrible.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Man, oh man, oh man.
Always spoken honestly, so he stood out as unique.
That's right. He does have a lot of firearms too, man. That's true.
It's not surprising either. In a world where everyone else online is always walking on eggshells, trying not to offend anyone, EDP445's brash attitude and unapologetic approach to life was somewhat refreshing for those who saw the world in a similar way. However, of course, such an approach wasn't without controversy. In 2017, as a result of his unconventional content, he'd be banned from YouTube for a period of 2 weeks, while Twitter was a little harsher, placing a ban on his main EDP445 account permanently. Additionally, after hitting 1 million subscribers in early 2020, YouTube refused to send EDP a gold play button, stating that the channel didn't match their eligibility criteria.
Because according to them, my channel doesn't match the criteria. I'm like, my channel has 0 community guideline strikes. It has 0 copyright strikes.
EDP would gain support,
which is crazy that like he didn't have any community guideline strikes if you actually watch his videos, you know?
From other large YouTubers such as Some Ordinary Gamers, who stated that the refusal was stupid.
YouTube, can you just give this dude his play button? If he doesn't get his play button, I'm gonna buy him his play button.
Well, that didn't age well. Oh man.
EDP was also made a custom YouTube play button by a fan of the channel, displaying the love and support he had from the community at the time. However, perhaps YouTube and Twitter were able to see something objectively that those who loved and supported him could not. They might have seen that a man with such an unfiltered mind may have also been hiding some dirty skeletons in the closet, and correct is what they would eventually be. On the 18th of April 2021, EDP445 was caught in 4K on his way to pick up a cupcake. The topic was covered by almost everyone in the commentary community.
I'm sure by now many of you have at least heard of the EDP445 situation.
Creators who supported him in the past, such as Some Ordinary Gamers, would upload a video titled EDP445 needs to be arrested immediately.
And that's the thing, guys. This is why you see a lot of, and Zeph, Jameson, chime in if you want, but this is why you see, okay, have you ever had a content creator that you really liked? And then they ended up in some content creator beef, right? And it's like, and you're like, why are you doing this? Or like, or you see them kind of collaborating with a person and you're like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't have relationships with other people on social media as far as like collabing and everything, but like drama between people never works, because I've seen this manufactured drama in certain parts of YouTube or whatever, and it just makes everyone look stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like it might get people clicks for like a week, and then it's just like, you know what? There's a couple of people that I would watch who got in a couple of beefs or dramas, and I don't even watch them anymore. You know, that's why you guys will never see me in any type of drama with anyone. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make any sense. So,
and then they decide to settle the differences in the boxing ring and look foolish.
Yeah, that's true. That is, that's really. Hold on, that was Wings of Redemption, and who else? Who was the other guy? Someone put in the chat who the two big guys who box in the boxing ring were. It was Wings of Redemption and then the other guy, and it was bad, guess.
Has EDP been dropping hard? Because EDP is an individual that actually got Chris Hansen.
And after it was revealed that a similar situation had occurred as many as 8 times prior, many considered EDP unforgivable.
What? 8 times prior?
Also, Keemstar has no reason to be talking about EDP, that's for sure.
Yeah. Who?
The guy with the hat that you see there, that's Keemstar, I think.
Who is he? I don't know who he is. Zeph, enlighten me.
Let's see. So apparently he did a bunch of stupid stuff, and he's a big fan of I don't know if I can say his name, but the guy that got arrested in Romania, Andrew.
Oh,
I don't know if I'm allowed to say his name.
Don't say the name.
So that
if you even mention his name, it'll get the stream taken down. So yeah. So
he said a lot of terrible stuff. I don't remember exactly what it was he said, but I just remember it was just really bad.
Okay.
Givable, and his life would subsequently descend into a state of chaos, what you might call the beginning of the end. In the 7 days following the expose, EDP445 would lose 200,000 subscribers, almost 10% of his entire count. However,
the fact that it was only 10% is sad, isn't it? I mean, 200,000 subs. Come on. I mean, he had 2.07 million. So the fact that like it wasn't 50% is just sad. You know what I mean?
I think sometimes people don't check on their like YouTube accounts or whatever, because I sometimes don't check who I'm subscribed to. So I check it and I'm like, oh, I'm subscribed to this person. Oh no. That's probably what happened for most people.
Okay.
Who knows?
And actually matter, because 7 days later, his remaining 2 million subscribers would disappear entirely after YouTube decided to ban his account altogether. At the time of his banning, EDP was exactly 30 years old and had been creating content since 2010 when he was 19 years old. So the 179 million views deleted in the process meant that his entire portfolio of work completed in his 20s, 10 plus years worth of labor, was wiped out quite literally overnight. One mistake was all it took for YouTube to decide that EDP445 no longer deserved either his celebrity status or any kind of record relating to any of his work completed in the past.
You guys, give YouTube a hand.
Yep.
You know, I know that YouTube has been, kind of tough on all of us TCAPers, but you know what? In this case, I have to say, YouTube, you done a good job.
Another method that EDP had for earning an online income was Cameo. You could order a personalized video and get EDP to say anything you instruct.
Uh-oh. Well, why would you want to? He was selling stuff. He got to the point where he was selling like his clothes on the internet because he couldn't get any money.
Why would you want a personalized video from this guy?
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
Well, he probably would have been run amok with all the stuff that people would have sent him to say.
Oh man, how would that even look?
Who knows? Probably be filmed in a bathroom or something.
Oh man, oh man. Didn't he send one of the decoys like a picture of a toilet with like with Dookie in it?
Unfortunately, I've seen the censored version of that photo and I do not want to see that again.
Man,
Good
that's
Lord.
sad, man. That's sad. This
it was so gross. But at least it was censored, so I didn't get the full experience. But
that's proof that America builds some sturdy toilets, right? Right, guys? Man, oh man.
Yep.
I just heard from First and Grand. He'd like to get his phone number.
That's right. That's right, man. That's right. Yeah.
He probably wouldn't even have to like whack him in the chest or anything. He wouldn't even have to hit him.
Price of $44. However, following the infamous cupcake event, Cameo would be contacted by numerous individuals who would receive responses along the lines of, "Hey there, thank you for reaching out. Our team is aware of the allegations and are actively investigating this. Thank you for bringing it to our attention. Kindly Melita." Less than a week later, EDP445's Cameo account was deleted. Another income stream had gone up in smoke. EDP445 then attempted to switch to Facebook. However, after gaining 6,000 followers, he'd be banned.
Guys, who is Michael Green, kid behind the camera? Who's that? Does anyone know who that is? Red Mist? Who is that? Here, I'm gonna Google this. Behind. Who is this? Who is this guy? Oh, that's the guy. Like, he was making videos with his dad, right? That's the guy? The angry grandpa guy. Oh, I remember this guy. That's right. Now, wait a minute. He did something too, right? Like, what did he do? Did anyone?
I don't remember.
Remember? Red Mist, can you remind me what he did?
I saw controversies under like the Wikitubia page.
Oh, where'd it go? Sorry.
Go down a little bit. A little bit more. It's right under Wikitubia there.
Ah.
Yeah.
What did this knucklehead do? Yeah. I remember seeing him when he looked like that. like way back in the day. So what did he do? They met on MySpace. Oh, the girl that he was with was 15 at the time. That's right. I remember now. That's right. Yeah. So he was 19. Yeah, he was 21. She was 15. Who is he, guys? Who's the old school dude? Wait, there was Elvis. And then who was the guy? Great Balls of Fire.
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yeah, who is he? Jerry Lee Lewis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes, that's him.
Yeah, Zeph, you know who Jerry Lee Lewis is?
I do know the song, but I'm not sure if I know like the exact guy.
Wait a minute, he met her on MySpace when she was 15?
Look at this. So he got in trouble because his wife wasn't she his cousin too?
Yeah, I think she was 15 also. Maybe younger. I don't know.
She was like 14. 13 years old, guys. Yes. She was 13 at the time. Disgusting. Hold on, let's see.
The second picture under the
Look at this one.
Yeah.
Look at
No.
that. Guys, hold on. Yeah, his 13-year-old cousin. Hold on, let's see.
Oh, that's right. They did a movie, didn't they? With
yes, with Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, and Winona Ryder played
That merits another victims unit.
Huh?
I think that requires another victims unit. So.
I know, disgusting. His rock and roll career faltered in the wake of his marriage to Myra Gale Brown, his 13-year-old first cousin, once removed. Look at that. He still made music though, because he went over to country. Well, anyways, yeah, look at that. 1935 is what he passed away.
You suggesting the country crowd was like, cousin?
Yeah, look what it says. It says,
Nah.
look, it says, his popularity quickly eroded following the scandal. With few exceptions, such as covers of Ray Charles, what I'd say, he did not have much chart success in the early 60s. His live performances at the time were increasingly wild and energetic. His 1964 live album, Live at the Star Club, is regarded by many journalists and fans as one of the wildest and greatest live rock albums ever. In 1968, he made his transition into country music and had hits with songs such as Another Place, Another Time. This reignited his career throughout the late 60s and 70s. He regularly topped the country western music charts throughout his 7-decade career. He had 30 songs reach the top 10 on the Billboard Country Western Music Chart. Gotta call a spade a spade. Apparently, if you marry your cousin, you might as well make music for a crowd that might let that slide. You know what I'm saying? So, hold on. Let's get back to Knucklehead here. Hold on. Okay, so, and he had it in the videos while she was underage. So they were together for 10 months until he found out on her birthday that she was underage.
How do you not know?
I think that it's a combination of not knowing it and not caring. You know what I mean? You have to actually care. You know what I mean? I don't think he did. She admitted that she lied about her age and apologized. He became very upset and mad, stating that he can't date an underage girl when he's a grown adult. as that could have made him an offender. In the end, he forgave her, and they still have continued to be in a relationship for over 30 years.
Hey, have you ever dated anybody without knowing their age ahead of time?
Never.
Exactly.
Never. That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. And I told you guys this. In Texas, where I used to live, they don't card anybody. So if you go to the bar, you guys, you gotta know. Don't even meet women in bars in San Antonio, Texas, or at least ask for ID, because they let 16-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 17-year-old girls just walk in there, order beers, order shots, and you're like, wait a minute, there's no way that girl's 21. There's no way that girl's 18. I was just in Montreal, and it was weird enough that 18 is the drinking age. So there was like people, I don't want to say boys and girls. Well, I mean, 18-year-olds, they're basically just legally adults drinking. It's like, it was so weird. You know what I mean? Imagine being in a bar and there's everything from like 50-year-olds to 18-year-olds. It was crazy. So they met when? 1993. So how old was she when she got pregnant? I don't even know. It's disgusting. Look at this. He's infamously known for his poor personal hygiene and unhealthy lifestyle, including not showering, not brushing his teeth, soiling himself, excessive weight. What's that?
You're in pretty good shape, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Why they showing you an Ozempic ad there then?
Huh?
They're showing an Ozempic ad right in the middle of your thing there.
I think it's because this guy is overweight.
Oh, okay.
You know
I was going to say their algorithm's not doing a good job.
No. So the only thing I was looking for pictures of what is that Ozempic face, because I swear that the reason why Post Malone lost a bunch of weight is that Ozempic, you know what I mean? And
Who?
then Post Malone, the rapper.
Oh, I thought you said Stallone.
And then there's another person who lost a bunch of weight too recently.
That actress, the British actress.
Oh wait, I think that was because I know that Rebel Wilson, who's Australian, she lost a whole bunch of weight.
Yeah.
And then Adele also. For some reason.
But Adele, she just worked out a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean Adele's kind of scary now because she looks kind of terrifying now. But
no, she looks fantastic now.
Yeah, it's just she looks so different that it doesn't look like her. It looks like a different person.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying?
I think she looks great, and she looks so much happier now too. You know what
There
I mean?
was some pictures of her that she didn't look as good, but
yeah. Well,
I
I
guess
mean,
it's probably just the
I think
pictures
that there was
try
a
to make
lot of
people look
makeup
bad.
on that she was wearing, but I mean, she looks fantastic now, man. And the thing is, guys, is no one's asking anyone to be an Olympic athlete. All right, but I used to tell all my clients at the gym back when I used to train with people, you got to be the healthiest version of yourself that you can be. You know what I'm saying? And because you want to be here for a long time, for your friends and your family. If you can't get in shape for yourself, do it for your friends and your family. Do it for your spouse. Do it for your kids or whatever. And guys, it doesn't take much. All it takes is being consistent. You know what I'm saying? That's all it takes. So, yeah. Someone said mall rats, dude. Jameson, do you remember mall rats?
Of course.
Oh, Zeph, have you seen mall rats?
I think I've heard of it.
Oh, you gotta watch this movie. You remember what was his name? Brody, man. What the hell happened to you? Dude, it was the Easter Bunny on the south side of the mall. We can't let this stand. They moved
Guy in the Easter Bunny suit kicked his ass.
he grabs he grabs the Easter Bunny's arms. This is for Brody, man. And just starts wailing on him. Hold on. This is for Brody, man. He just starts wailing on the Easter Bunny. You remember?
Well, the sailboat guy, he's another one who lost a lot of weight.
Oh yeah,
He's buff now.
yeah. What's his name? I don't know his name, but you remember? Look, a schooner. You dumb bastard! It's a sailboat. A schooner is a sailboat. You idiot! Oh, this movie's so good, man. This movie is amazing. Yeah, and you know who else was in this? A Michael Rooker.
Yeah, he got stink bombed.
Stink bombed. Yeah. And Ben Affleck's in this too. God, this movie was great, man. Really, 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 really good. What a classic, man. What a classic. EDP was on Conan O'Brien? Really? Was he? I don't know. Talk about a face only a mother could love, right? Hold on. Rebel Wilson. Yeah, she lost a lot of weight now. You know who else lost a lot of weight? Chuck Hunt, man. Look at that. This used to be her. And now she lost a lot of weight, man. And it's because her doctors were like, look, like you won't be here much longer if you don't lose weight. You know what I mean? Because blacks, we have enough health issues, hypertension, tension, heart disease, all this other stuff, and carrying around an extra 200 or 300 pounds isn't helping. But she's in her 70s, and look at her now. It's amazing. Hold on, there was one more person that I was gonna say.
Have you never heard of something called body positivity?
Please. Dude, body positivity started out as a way for if you're born with one arm, if you're born with like vitiligo or some skin condition, or maybe you were in the war and had an injury and had major scars or whatever. That's what body positivity was for. It's for issues that you can't help, right? That you should feel good about yourself and love the body that you have. But it's been co-opted by people, because most people, a good 90+% of people can manage their weight. Okay. And that's one thing that irks me. Hold on. Where's the race card? Let me pull this bad boy out real fast. There it is.
Big is beautiful.
Guys, I've been black for 42 years. Okay. And there's this revisionist history that Black Americans have been overweight since our inception, or that it's some European standard for people to be thin. No, guys, Africa, the continent of Africa, has the lowest BMI on average in the world. Okay? If you look at any time in our history, especially in America, black people have been thin. Let's look at black women 1950s. Look at that. Thin.
I feel
That's
like we've
how
done
it
this
works.
before.
Yes, we have. But the thing is, when you see this narrative, and it's a scam. It's making people. It's a trick to normalize the behavior that makes people unhealthy for the pharmaceuticals, and then these food corporations. All it is giving them money. All this body positivity, fat acceptance stuff is a plot, and I hate it when my people fall for it hook, line, and sinker. You know what I'm saying? It drives me crazy.
I think it does depend on the situation, though. Like, for example, like my mom, she's been overweight for a long time. She tried diets when she was a kid. She tried exercising, and no matter what, she's just stayed the same weight. So she's kind of like just accepted that that's what her body decides to do, and her metabolism's not really
Okay,
that fast.
but where's your mom? I mean, where did you say that your family
she grew up in Guatemala, and
okay,
so
and she was
yeah.
larger when she lived in Guatemala?
She was actually not that big when she was in Guatemala.
There you go.
She
There you
gained
go.
more weight when she came here. I think
Okay.
it has to do with. She said she thinks it has to do with the food, possibly.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So she has to adjust accordingly.
When you said she
doesn't eat unhealthy like ever. So
What's that?
I mean, she doesn't eat unhealthy probably ever. So,
well, yeah, but
I think it just,
but as a person that's got people into shape, your body is not dumb. You can trick you can trick yourself, but you can't trick your body. It could be a number of things. Maybe in Guatemala she walked around more and exercised so without even knowing it. There was more fresh food, freshly prepared food, less salt, less preservatives, less all these other things. They would drink water and stuff and not sodas and other things where there was more calories in it.
Soda, but I think
what I'm saying is that something's there, because if you look at these food deserts, they talk about, oh, blacks live in food deserts, blah blah blah. Why is it that people from Senegal, Kenya, Ghana, Jamaica can live in the same food deserts and be thin? Why? And yet black Americans can't. It's clown world. It's you control what goes into your mouth and the amount of exercise. And people act like obesity is a Western thing, right?
Yeah.
If you go to Africa, Asia, you know what I mean? Eastern Europe, where people are poor, they're not overweight. And yet somehow we have this thing where we act like, kind of like how New Yorkers act like New York's the center of the universe. We act like America is the center of the universe. So people honestly think that we've evolved more in the last 40 years to just be heavier. No. If you've traveled, and all of us have, I think, where once you leave America, then you come back, you're like, wow, everyone here is overweight. You know what I mean? And I just don't like the fact that, like, black culture right now is saying that if you're saying that black people need to be at healthy weight is some type of European beauty standard. No, that's not how it works. Because all the other blacks all around the world, in Africa, the islands, Afro Latinos, or whatever, are thin. We are the outlier, and we're trying to make it seem like we are the norm. And it drives me crazy, because I don't know if you guys know this, but the average life expectancy for a black male in America is 68 years old. A black woman is like 74 or 73, but it's dropping every year. And they project that in the next 10 to 15 years, blacks are going to be the only group where the men are going to start outliving the women. So with all the crime and everything else, and that's lowering the male's life expectancy, you know, women, because of obesity related deaths, men are gonna outlive them, and no one's saying anything. Like, is that not more racist than anything else? Is letting that slide, is letting the standard be so low that while all other women are living longer and black women are living shorter, no one is saying anything. It just drives me crazy. It's absolutely insane. Anyways, but this is 1960s, 1970s. Black women, 1970s. This is what they look like. You didn't see women who were 300 or 400 pounds. And here's the thing, guys. The all-knowing they. I'm gonna put my tinfoil hat on, guys. They want us to be sick. They want us to be overweight and obese and taking medicine for all this stuff and thinking, you know what? All this extra weight just fell on me from the manna. There's nothing that I can do. Yes, there is. A friend of mine at work, she had a basketball scholarship, so she was like in really great shape in college. She's like, well, I don't know why, that was 15 years ago, and I'm overweight. She's like 5'7", and she's like 255 pounds. 5'6", 255. I said, I'm almost a foot taller than you, and you weigh more than I do. Can you name any animals other than hyenas in the animal kingdom where the female outweighs the male? I mean, honestly, like whales, lions, the males are always bigger. That's how it works.
Spiders is probably the only one I could think of.
Yeah, mammals. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, there's a difference in size, right? Like male lions are bigger. So I told her there's no excuse that I'm 6'3", you're 5'6", and you outweigh me. That's crazy. And now she's like, my blood pressure's high and diabetes. I'm like, all you need to do is just do. She has two kids. I told him, if you can't get in shape for yourself, do it for your kids and your husband because they need you around. Anyways, I digress.
Well, look at alcohol.
What's that?
Look at alcohol as a good example of why people are heavier.
Yeah.
Used to be if you wanted to get drunk, you had to drink scotch or beer or something that tasted terrible. Now everything is sweet and candy flavored.
That's true. And you guys know that they say that the number one way to lose weight is don't drink your calories. If you get hold on, what is it? A venti caramel macchiato. Let's see calories. That's 300 calories right there. 300. Plus, people usually have people eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? And then they're having all these cookies and cakes and sodas, even a soda. I told you guys about the woman who she would drink 5 Cokes a day. 5 at work. The Coke. Wait.
That's probably 300 calories each too.
Yeah, so she would drink like an actual, what is it called? 240 calories in one of these. She would drink 5 of them. 240. Let me see.
That
Times
is
5.
insane.
So that's 1,200 calories a day in liquid alone at work. Al Madonna, what's up, man? Yeah. So she's like, I'm gaining weight. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? Another thing, too. Another friend of... What's that?
I think I have a theory for that.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's literally calories in, calories out. You know what I'm saying? And also we it's like we have this thing where we forget that we're in a culture of abundance. You know? There's a reason why most of Americans are overweight. It's because we have an abundance. When was the last famine we had? When was the last, you know what I mean? Al, the if you go to the chat, so the link is actually pinned at the top, but I can drop it again. So here we go. Let's do that. Yeah, so I say, look, if you want to see our natural state, go to other areas of the world where people work. They're not as sedentary. They have fresher foods, even though it's crazy because they have less, but they're like in a lot of ways healthier than us. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I just don't like excuses, and I don't like people falling into these traps. I don't like when you see, women own 70% of all the student loan debt because they were saying, hey, girls, go to college. It's the only way to make money. Not only that, but major in all these dumb degrees that aren't going to make you any money. So now you have hundreds of thousands of dollars of student loan debt, and you're only making $50,000 a year. Clown world. Hey, guys, eat all the food you want. We're going to have all this low fat stuff that has more sugar and all this other stuff. And even though sugar is more addictive than almost anything else, eat whatever you want. But we're gonna make diabetes medicine. We're gonna make Ozempic. We're gonna make all this other stuff. It's just how they make money. They create the problems and then create the solutions for it. It's clown world. So, anyways, Al, what's going on, my friend? Long time no talk to.
Hello, and good to be here. Long time no see, indeed. How you doing,
how are
Joe?
things in South Africa?
It's all good. It's good. We're getting into summer now, so the weather is getting a little bit better. But yeah,
we had a trivia question. It was name the 3 countries that have won the last, I think, 4 or 5 Rugby World Cups.
I can tell you 2. I think so. It's South Africa, New Zealand, and I think it's maybe Ireland. I'm not sure.
Close. It was England, South Africa, and New Zealand. Yeah. And then so that was tough, man. It was fun. Yeah, we're talking about this EDP445 guy. I don't know if you ever heard of him. This guy's a knucklehead, man.
Of course,
He's a knucklehead,
yeah, of course.
And then we got stuck talking about weight and this guy, man. Like, there's so many people who, like I said, they food is so readily available. And guys, I'm from the West Coast, and I don't know anyone who smokes. So when I moved to Pennsylvania, in rural Pennsylvania, where everyone smokes, it was crazy. But there's one of the ways that we reduced smoking is we did this campaign where we kind of shamed smokers for secondhand smoke and all of that. So people are like, it's kind of embarrassing to smoke now, right? Why is it that we address alcohol addiction, gambling addiction, drug addiction, but not food addiction? Why? Someone help me, please.
That's a very good question you asked that, Jay.
Here
in South Africa, when you buy cigarettes, it's highly taxed.
Yes, here too.
It's deliberately made really expensive to try smoke, so to try and encourage people to not smoke,
Yeah. There's some states where I think it's New York or Jameson. How much are what's the tax on cigarettes in California? Do you know?
Oh, how would I have no clue.
Oh, I don't know. I just know that in states like California and New York, it's like, dude, man, for the price of a pack of cigarettes, it's crazy. But it should be, because guys, smoking is the #1 cause of preventable death in America.
True.
More than anything else. And yeah, I've seen that. I remember Tyrone when he slaps the cigarettes out of the guy's hand, dude. That's hilarious. So
in California, they recently outlawed flavored tobacco products.
Yes. Yep.
And like I said, every item of booze you buy has some kind of sweetness to it.
But do you know why?
Make that make sense.
Do you know why?
What's that?
Al, Jameson, guys, you guess why that America? Here, let's ask Al. Al, do you guys have a lot of like fruity alcohol drinks over in South Africa? Sex on the beach and fuzzy navels and stuff.
I mean, we do. We're a coastal country, so we are quite popular in terms of like cocktails and that kind of thing. But we also do have like flavored ciders, for example.
But there's a huge beer and wine culture there, right?
There's a huge beer culture.
So, guys, the reason why the United States basically innovated the what's it called? The cocktail market is because, guys, who remembers Prohibition? You remember that? Prohibition. Look at that. No booze sold here. In the 1920s, guys, could not sell alcohol. It was banned federally. And guys, guess what state that it started in? In Maine. I was in Maine, and I went on a beer tour, like a A brewery tour.
Isn't that where Lawrence is from?
Who? Lawrence? Yes, Lawrence Armstrong. That's true. He is. So Maine set the standard. The laws used to internationally ban alcohol. Look at that. Pouring this liquor down the drain, all this beer. So what happened was all guys, all the Kennedys and all them.
Whoa. They were ahead of their time. They're having bottle parties.
Yeah, right? Good. Al, have you heard of this? Bottle parties?
I'm not gonna lie, I have no clue what that is.
The Bottle Wars. That's what it's called. Bottle Wars. Guys, this is the dumbest thing that I've ever seen in my entire life.
What is it?
These guys, you guys have seen in the clubs where these guys go to VIP and then they charge you like ridiculous amounts for liquor. It's like a bottle of scotch. It's like $700.
Yeah.
So these knuckleheads go to the VIP, and then they get all this expensive liquor overcharged. Okay, like a $30 bottle of vodka is like $900, and they pour it out. Watch.
Okay, that's just dumb. That's just dumb.
But clown guys.
Yeah, but that's way watered down, dude. That's way watered down.
Okay, Chris. Okay, Christopher.
Urban.
Okay. Urban, yeah. So guys, prohibition, right? Is where were we? We were over here. Okay, so the United States banned booze. And you have the Kennedys and a couple guys were running alcohol. They were, what was it called? They were Jameson
Bootlegging?
Yeah, they were bootlegging alcohol from Canada and stuff down to the United States, and they would take them to speakeasies. Right now, that killed beer and wine culture in America. Because if we're all running rum in the back of our cars, right? What can you hold more of? Bottles of liquor or kegs of beer? And every time that the liquor changed hands, if I have 7 or 8, 9 bottles of vodka, and I'm gonna pour into a big bathtub, and then cut it with something else so that I can make 15 bottles of vodka. You know what I'm saying? It's because they're all gonna make me money. So by the time that the alcohol got to the bar, it tasted like trash. So they started having to put grenadine and other stuff in it to mask the taste of the alcohol. And that's where things like all the sugary drinks came from. Is in the 20s when people had such bad alcohol that they were or even moonshine. Okay. So they would make moonshine, yes, but in New York and Boston, they would make it in their bathtubs, and this stuff's eating the linoleum off the bathtub. That doesn't taste good, so they would have to put sugar in it. So that's why America. You go to places like Cuba. There's places like Cuba where they might have a mojito or whatever, but a lot of places like Europe and other places are beer and wine, and that's about it. So. Anyways, guys.
My gosh, that is so wicked confusing.
Yeah, that was the thing. They were all like, we're going to be, upstanding and moral peoples and, and ban alcohol.
It was the same story over on Instagram. His main account was terminated, at which point EDP was likely coming to terms with the harsh reality of his cancel.
Guys, look at this guy. Look at this guy, man. Look at this guy.
However,
look at him crying.
EDP was likely coming to terms with the harsh reality of his cancellation. However, just before his Facebook was deleted, he'd make one final interesting announcement. He planned on making his own website to which he would continue posting videos.
See how skinny he made his avatar?
I've announced over on Facebook that he will be making his grand return to the internet with his own website to return to his old video type, I guess.
Just want to let you guys know, man, EDP445.com. It's coming soon. Been about like a week, maybe 2 weeks from now.
EDP445 seemingly got to the point of fully building.
Why does he always not have a shirt on? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
The website, as discussed by Tipster here on YouTube.
It still says coming soon, still says today's date. It does look like EDP is actually serious about this whole launching a website thing.
However, after an apparent falling out with his website developer, as mentioned in a Reddit comment,
this guy calls himself Chipotle Bathroom.
The launch seemed to fail.
Update, the website is now returning an error 500. So it looks like he's been having a little bit of trouble launching the site. Hasn't been working so well.
And to this day, the page remains as an unlaunched, inactive website. In spite of how much of a scumbag EDP445 truly was, you have to give him credit for sheer determination, because he then began to upload videos on another third-party website called 3Speak TV, where
I've never even heard of any of these.
His account would be met with the same fate. It was banned.
He wrote, for some reason, my channel was deleted. I don't have a clue what's going on. I didn't violate any guideline. Can you please tell me what's going on? EDP.
After this ban, it seemed as though EDP445 was slowly getting the message from each and every website. His career on the internet was finished. However, the internet wasn't finished with ending his career. Rich from Review Tech USA would state that he might be able to get a job working somewhere like Starbucks. However, it was...
yeah, right. Can you imagine Starbucks hiring him? Come on.
It's only going to be so long before the trolls would come and inform them of
guys, drop a like on the stream. It helps with the all-knowing algorithm.
His past.
But I don't even know if you can get a damn job at Starbucks and keep it, because you know the trolls are going to come after you and say, oh yeah, that guy you just hired, I wouldn't keep him employed. You'd probably lose a job at that coffee shop too real quick.
Rich would be correct in this statement. EDP445 moved from Bakersfield, California to Henderson, Nevada following the expose, where it seemed as though he managed to land a job as a Lyft driver in October.
Can you imagine him being your Lyft?
I'm pretty sure someone took like a picture of him
as the car is tilted off to one side.
I think someone took a Lyft ride with EDP.
Oh, really?
Took a picture of him. Yeah. I'm sure Jameson can chip in.
And then why would you move to Henderson, Nevada? Where like Henderson's a really, really nice area. Like, and there's people there that will probably recognize you. So you think that you would move to like Alaska or something? You know what I'm saying?
2021. However, this job would be fairly short-lived, as a video posted to TikTok by a user called Lenny.
Look at that, dude. Look at that.
Jimenez would expose EDP445's Lyft profile.
Bro went from wanting cupcakes to driving for Lyft.
And his position as a driver would subsequently be removed.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That picture.
The situation would promote.
Someone got a Lyft with EDP with the back seat.
Look at that, man. Look at that. Hilarious.
Reddit discussion, with one post stating EDP as a Lyft driver, how the mighty have fallen, which received comments such as, can you take me to the grocery store? I'm gonna go buy some cupcakes, and I hope he doesn't get on any food delivery apps. MF would eat my fries and I'd have missing slices of pizza. However, somewhat hilariously, it was revealed shortly thereafter that EDP had in fact been driving for both Uber Eats and Grubhub, which would also both fire him after finding out about the drama.
He was driving Lyft.
Guys, please never get a face tattoo, please. Guys, please. You cannot justify to me why it's a good idea to get a tattoo on your face. Absolute clown. Crazy.
Was driving for Grubhub and Uber Eats, and all three of those companies fired him.
According to a very basic unconfirmed source, EDP also apparently applied at Chuck E. Cheese, but for obvious reasons didn't seem to get the position. EDP had the ability to make money online. Or
is he serious?
in real life, as this revealed, unless he were to find some extremely low-skill niche job where they wouldn't check his name online and where he wouldn't have to interact with any customers who might expose him to whichever company he might be working for. With so many obstacles in the way of finding even the most basic of jobs, it's hardly surprising to find out that EDP has been attempting to change his name legally. The application shown on screen states that Bryant Moreland applied for a name change with the Nevada County Court on the 21st of October 2021. The strange part about this is that when you try and search the court register from the Reddit post by typing in his name, Bryant Moreland, it now states that there are no results found, possibly indicating that EDP445's name change has been successful and he's no longer known as Bryant Moreland.
As you can see, I
What's that?
did type in his
Guys, dude, changing his name is not gonna help. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I mean, look at the guy. You know what I mean?
name, Moreland Bryant. Submit. No results found.
However, the problem with this, as outlined by the EDP445 subreddit, is that he's not exactly hard to spot. This idiot thinks this will...
That was going to be my point. You can change your name, but we can still see who you are.
Exactly. Especially if you look like the Michelin Man. Come on, man. Come on. Wow.
Fix anything.
He should just move out of the country at this point. You know what I mean?
LeMayo. He will be spotted everywhere no matter his name. He should flee to Cuba or something like this.
There you go.
Changing his name isn't a good idea since it's going to get leaked anyways. What good does changing a name do when you're as easily recognizable as him, LOL? He needs to lose hundreds of pounds and get a hair transplant. Perhaps the goal is to have his name hidden for long enough in order to get a job, as other sources state that he's been unsurprisingly struggling with money.
He's broke. Like, YouTube made him money, but after having that, he got broke real quick.
A user by the name of Master at Work, who was one of the people trying to expose EDP all the way back in 2020, stated in October that EDP had less than $3,300 cash left in his account, plus 2 cars and a couple of other things that he might be able to sell.
The only income that he has, other than the $3,300 that he has left in his bank account, is maybe the 40 grand in weapons and the 2 cars that he owns.
However, in the 2 months since October, users on Reddit used his car's license plate to confirm that EDP445 has sold one of his cars, possibly indicating that his cash stack has dwindled even further. In the same live stream during which Master at Work would discuss EDP's financial situation, it also mentioned that EDP had been evicted from his apartment complex as the property owner received numerous complaints about having him as a
Dang, that's cold. That's cold. People were like, hey, I know him. I know that guy.
Verify it for yourself. EDP will no longer be living at Spur Apartments. The reason why he got evicted is because of constant harassment the property owner has been getting.
Since then, EDP has been living out of a suitcase at various hotels. However, even then, his detractors have been going around trying to get him kicked out of wherever he happens to be staying.
He's a danger to everyone in here.
Okay, so I just called security. Go ahead and let security know all
I will
this information.
be more than happy to let them know. Thank you very much.
Dude, he went there, dude. This guy actually did it, man. He actually went there, man. He walked the walk and he talked the talk, man. Crazy.
Actors have made his life such a living hell that if anything, an arrest or a short stint in prison would almost make his circumstances more comfortable. We'll preface this part by stating that there have been numerous accounts of EDP being arrested. However, they never seem to have any rock-solid proof to go along with it, so take everything said in the next section with a grain of salt. In late October, a YouTuber by the name of Matt Simon seemed confident that EDP had been arrested, yet provided no evidence or reason for the arrest.
EDP has been
Hey, he doesn't get any evidence.
October 25th.
Yeah, Simon says, it's good.
Evidence, what's that, right?
It is 11:30 at night, and EDP has been arrested today.
And he was actually arrested today. But I don't know what he was arrested for.
This claim clearly lacks credibility. People in the comments requested evidence, to which there seems to be none. However, a former friend of EDP445 by the name of Felipe claims to have some stronger evidence pertaining to the potential arrest of EDP445. Less than a month ago, on the 3rd of December 2021, he'd uploaded a video titled, "Is EDP445 in Jail?" In this video, Felipe explained that while out having dinner, he'd get a call from a private number stating that it was EDP445 who was being held at the Henderson, Nevada Detention Center.
So the third time I picked up,
guys, someone in the chat said that this guy's a liar, and an idiot. So hold on. Okay, so Mitsuo says, still confused about the recent development. He messaged with an actual kid rather than a decoy. What the people involved said, it sounds as if they let the kid continue. What? Even after the parents and the police got involved, they sound somewhat irresponsible of the parents and the police. That's crazy. Man.
I was like, hello, and it said, this is the Henderson, Nevada detention center inmate for Bryant Moreland. Would you like to receive the call? And I
you can't fake that.
And then called again, and the same thing happened. Would you like to receive a call? So I said yes, because I was like, I was just curious to see, like, holy shit, like he got arrested, like wow,
The issue is the only evidence that he's able to provide is 4 no caller ID calls on his iPhone, which isn't exactly rock solid evidence to say the least, and Felipe's character is suspect at best. He only gets views when he talks about EDP445, and without EDP on the internet to defend himself, anyone can say anything. Additionally, if EDP did successfully change his name in October or November, as mentioned previously, this would prove the story to be fake, as the guy states that it was Bryant Moreland on the other end.
Yep, that's what I was thinking. Like, I thought he changed his name. So, yeah, man.
Of the phone. One comment stated, looked up every inmate record in Clark County, which is where Henderson is, Kern County, which is where Bakersfield is, and Manatee County, which is where Bradenton, Florida is, which said that he was connected to online.
Gotcha. You're a liar, dude.
Bryant Moreland is in any of those prisons. In the end, it doesn't really matter whether or not he's in actual prison, as it's safe to say that EDP is a man who made a mistake so bad that even outside of concrete prison...
Mistakes, plural. Mistakes, plural. Not just one mistake. Mistakes, plural.
Walls, he barely has a drop of freedom.
I'm pretty sure he's been caught just recently.
Yeah, but he's done this like multiple times. Hold on, guys. We're going to watch a little bit of this and then probably shut this bad boy down. Jameson, didn't you recommend an interrogation to watch?
Oh, yeah. Excuse me. Timothy Klein. Oh, Timothy Kine. That's like an hour and a half long, though.
Yeah. We'll have to do that in the next stream.
But when they do get demonetized, and I don't think I've ever actually squirmed as I'm making a video. So I'm going to just keep this intro really short. All I'm going to ask you guys to do is, look, this video is going to get demonetized 100%.
Yeah,
if the word EDP is in your title, your videos are getting demonetized currently because of the situation. And I typically don't care if my videos get demonetized, but when they do get demonetized, since YouTube can't make ad revenue on the video anymore, they stop recommending it to a new audience. So in order to combat that, please just drop a like on the video to push this video out to a larger audience and to kind of combat the fact that this won't get recommended as much, because this needs to be talked about. This is not okay. And we were discussing how EDP got caught by the predator poachers trying to meet up with a little kid. Now, what predator poachers decided to do, and a huge shout out to their YouTube channel, it's called Check Goldstein. I'm going to leave the entire 2-hour chat log in the description down below, but I figured I'd make this video summarizing it for those of you guys that don't want to sit through 2 hours of it. But pretty much what they did was they impersonated a little kid and just engaged EDP on Instagram, and these chat logs are very, very disturbing.
Sad. What a knucklehead, dude.
Let me give you a basic idea of how this exchange started. It started on February 23rd, 2020, and yeah, they strung this along for a good 2 months. And it began with this woman sliding into EDP's DMs.
A woman sliding into his DMs. He should have known right there.
You've been had. You've been took.
It was a trap the whole time.
Bamboozled. Led astray. Run on fuck.
Hey, AJ.
What's up, man?
The only way he can come back from this is if he goes, "Sir, please."
Sir, please, sir.
Yeah.
You not ruin my life. Guys, I did his video. I have it somewhere. That's right. That's what I I remember I was turning my computer off, and I had my upload open, and I was like, I was supposed to do something, and I forgot. Guys, I'm gonna post Rolando Resta Cruz. That's right. I have to find out what folder that it's in. I knew there was something that I was supposed to do.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it before. Did that get deleted by YouTube or?
No. I haven't done him yet because I remember I was trying to read the chat log using his accent. I'm like, oh wait, this is probably racist. I don't want people to think that I'm like, anyway.
Oh, come on, you've got a race card.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'll tell you now. I have your Jerry Griffith video saved in my to watch. I'm saving that for when I start working on Monday again.
Oh, really?
So I normally watch your videos or listen to your videos while I'm working, and I just laugh, dude.
Hey, you know what's funny? All you guys go into the live that we did about Susan Smith. Al, did you see that live that we did about Susan Smith?
I have not seen it yet.
Okay, do you know who Susan Smith is?
I'm not sure. Just
Susan Smith. Okay. This was a huge case that happened in the United States. Okay, it's 1994. This woman right here, she had 2 kids, and she was cheating on her husband, and with her boyfriend. And her boyfriend said that he didn't want kids, so she put the kids in a car and pushed the car into a lake.
Oh wow!
She's a terrible, horrible excuse for a human being.
How would you do that to your kids, man? That's terrible.
So she runs to the cops and goes, "Oh, this black guy came and carjacked me, and with my kids in the car."
Oh, I think I've seen this. I've seen this on another like true crime.
Yes,
I know.
It was huge.
Yeah. Oh, hey Jay, I think I've lost you.
Hello.
I can hear you now.
Oh yeah, and every single black dude for 100 miles was just walking along, minding their own business, and then. It was crazy, absolutely insane. And then her whole trial was, we don't understand why a mother could do this. Guys, look over here. What do I always say? Never let a person's gender, sexual preference, religion, race, or whatever make you think that they can't not be a piece of trash person. There's a small percentage of every group that's just terrible people. Black, white, Hispanic, Muslim, Christian, atheist. So there's a small group of every group that is horrible people. And people just couldn't believe that this woman right here could do this. Now, this was overshadowed by the OJ thing, because OJ happened in 97. So her trial ended in like 96-ish. And then OJ happened in 97. But dude, this pissed off a lot of people. And I covered this because she's eligible for parole in 2025.
What's her name
2024.
Again? What's her name again?
Susan Smith.
Susan Smith. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I'll watch that tonight.
I have to. Okay. So yeah. Anyways. So guys, that brought in a whole bunch of non-TCAP people. Guys, go to those comments and look at what some of the people are saying. How can you guys laugh and think this is funny? It's like, guys, well, this is TCAP land, all right? All of us have crazy senses of humor anyways. And guys, we always have to laugh to keep from crying, all right? That's what I figure it, right? If people thought that I'm laughing at the case, it's so messed up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, check it out, man. Anyways, I digress.
Telling him how funny she thought he was. EDP responds by saying, because I keep it real. Obviously, I can't say the expletives, but I'm going to do my best, guys. But it's in front of you if you guys want to read it as well. Now, get this, guys. He could have just ended it right there. But notice how the supposed little kid doesn't engage him again, EDP actually double texts her and asks her what she's doing. She responds by saying she's just bored, and EDP just decided to announce that he just got to the shooting range. Bear in mind, this is literally their very first exchange. We're about 5 messages in at this point before he legitimately sends a supposed little kid a picture of a gun. This should just give you an idea of how twisted this guy is, of how down bad he is, and just how out of touch with reality he really is in order to send a little kid literally pictures of a gun. But it gets way worse because after the girl decides to build some rapport with EDP, engaging him about how cool she thinks his guns are, and them having a brief conversation about pizza, EDP literally messages this girl like 3 days later from their first message, and things official breakthrough. Things seem to be fairly casual.
Who just emails a person a picture of a toilet with Dookie in it? It's disgusting.
They're talking about how much he loves guns. Before we get to our first official break,
CB Walker, hold on. What video was that? He said with CB Walker. Did you play on the video that one time? CB Walker. Who? Maybe I don't know the name. Let me see. Let me see. CB Walker. CB Walker. The psychic energy reading guy. No, I was playing no, that was Rev X. Was it? No, because I don't know who that is. Are you talking about this guy? Wait, hold on. That's not him. Are you talking about this guy? I can't. This guy? No. There's copyright music. I don't think that this is it. Yeah, you'll have to remind me, man, because I don't remember.
Breakthrough in this entire exchange where the supposed little kid reveals to EDP that she's 14 and she didn't know if she was aware. And EDP said, yeah, I'm aware of the situation. We're just chatting, so it's fine. My subscribers are mainly little kids, so I guess that's the way he
Yikes, right, guys? Yikes.
Rationalizes talking to a little kid, I guess. Once again, he's talking about how much he's into guns. And the woman then tells EDP that she's local to him. Now, this is where things get really interesting because when I first heard about this situation, I was very fascinated to see where EDP decided to take it up a notch, take it to the next level, and really just turn this from a casual encounter to a little bit more of a, well, I guess the word I'm going to use here is intimate, because over here in these chats, they talk about what high school the decoy goes to.
Guys, drop a like on the stream. It helps with the algorithm. And yeah, guys, we are almost at 1,000 subs, man. And then it's the Jeff Sokol watch party. We're going to have a whole week of Sokol, man. It's going to be pizza parties all the time. Trust me. So
before transitioning into EDP finally following her back onto Instagram, and the decoy tells him how special she feels as a result of it. And bear in mind, this is all like very uncomfortable to read, but let's just push through it. They talk about how EDP hates liberals. So really just telling him what he wants to hear and making him feel like he met his dream girl before.
That's the thing. Like, there's all these knuckleheads who do this. From TCAP to here, it's all the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you notice, it's all the same language, all the same, all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Or on March 11th, EDP reveals that he just finished beating his ish and now he's just watching some YouTube. So I'm sure at this point you guys could get an idea of where this is going to go. After EDP decides to randomly ask this woman for a profile picture for some reason, or a picture for some strange reason, which we have no idea why.
Why is he calling her a woman?
More of a heavier
I don't know, man. You got me.
Conversation. Now, I have to give this woman props. She consistently reminds EDP who she is and reminds him of her age. But as time progresses forward and they get more comfortable with one another, they have this one conversation where the decoy asks EDP what his intentions are with her. Now, EDP clearly understands the situation and he knows what he is doing is wrong. He even went ahead and said that, I mean, you're cute, but you're 13, so therefore you're my friend. You're not enough to go to jail over, and the woman assures him that his secret is her. So this is where things get uber creepy.
Here we go.
Because after a brief conversation about wanting to hug each other, EDP then begins to explain to a 13-year-old girl what the concept of cuddling is. And it's like so creepy when this person is so young that they can't understand the concept of cuddling. But here you are, a person that's significantly older than her and is trying to explain to her what it is.
Craziness, guys.
I didn't think it was that bad. Just cuddling. Like Chuck Harding.
Yeah. Hey guys, like I said, some guys read through all of the chat logs, but I can't read through all the
father son.
All Speaking of that, where's father son been? I haven't seen him in forever, man. He was like, it was him. And
I saw him on Baked Salmon stream a couple weeks ago, I think.
Okay. Yeah. Father son, wherever you are, man, we miss you over here. You know.
So then EDP briefly discusses with the decoy, her name's Sophie, by the way, in this instance. EDP discusses with Sophie a possibility about both of them meeting up. And of course, there's some reservations on both sides. Sophie doesn't want to, quote unquote, mess up their relationship. EDP begins to feel a little bit paranoid as well. He actually feels so paranoid that at some point, when the girl asks him what park should they meet up at, he decides to block her, but eventually he comes around and unblocks her. Guys, at this point, things begin to escalate.
I am reporting you to Yahoo. Please leave me alone.
Leave me alone. I brought this letter. To whom it may concern, who was the guy that had the alibi letter?
What the heck?
I did a video on
John France, right?
Yeah, John France. Yeah. Knucklehead. Yeah. This should cover me. This should cover my tracks. Yeah.
Things begin to escalate. To be honest, in the beginning of these messages, I'm just thinking,
her profile said she was 102. I'm sorry, I'm not as good as Josh.
My fishing license is my console.
Look at this, man. Look at that. Thank you. Like, the cuteness overload to that picture.
You've been had.
I just love how
You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run on muck.
Come on, man. You had to know. Guys, this is Predovision.
I just
right?
love how us TCAPists, we know all the references, like the voice chat references, and we can relate to each other. I've actually been like using them in real life.
I just said that, I think earlier this week to AJ. I said sometimes I'll make TCAP references in other YouTube communities and realize nobody knows what I'm talking about.
But here's the thing, guys. Really, like I said, that Susan Smith stream, because there was a new person in there, Patty, and she was really cool. Patty, wherever you are, it was nice meeting you. And she had never heard of TCAP. So I had to like do something really quick. So I put. You remember that, Jameson? So I put on the Kevin Westerbeck video. She
Yeah.
was like, "Oh my God, is this real?"
She thought it was that they were actors at first.
Yeah. She had never seen it. Like, oh, this is real. Well, welcome to the community, right, guys. And thus a TCAP fan was born, right?
This is just a guy that clearly doesn't know how to engage and conduct himself within a society. This is a guy that's clearly down terrible, who has never had any attention from the opposite sex, and this is clearly an incel. And a part of me felt a little empathetic for him. But
and that's why, come on, man, no, guys. No. Guys, you can never feel bad for any of these knuckleheads, man. You can't do it. Because oftentimes, guys, okay, all these guys that claim to be incels and stuff, they're just, guys, look, I don't care who you are. If you get yourself in shape, work on your soft skills, there's someone out there for you. But you have to have you have to have enough awareness. You got to have enough, I don't even know the word, like introspection to understand that, like, you're the problem. Okay? If you can't be the healthiest, happiest, most assertive version of yourself, how are you supposed to attract the opposite sex? You know what I'm saying? That's like the same. Have you guys heard the term femcells? Anyone?
I think so.
A femcell. FEMCL. A femcell. Now they have these girls that are so in their head about relationships and all this other stuff, and this perceived narrative about how bad men are, even though the average guy just wants to get up and go to work, and that they don't date for years. I watched a video. This girl, she was like a 33-year-old virgin, right? And this other girl, she hadn't been out on a date. She was like 44. She hadn't been on a date in like 16 years. Cyrano, yes, there you go. Guys, that is not normal, especially not for women. Women are the more social. Like, you have a lot of guys that are loners and all this other stuff, whatever. But we're not even talking about the physical act of intimacy. I'm talking about actual, like, interaction with the opposite sex, right? Like, that comes more natural to women. So the fact that there's a woman that hasn't been on a date with a guy for 15 years is absolutely insane. That's a femcell, you know?
Well, the difference is incels spend all their time masturbating. Femcells spend all their time master dating, right?
Guys, Google search master dating, man. That's an actual term, man. It's an actual term. Clown world.
But any shred of that empathy begins to go away as he begins to acknowledge how wrong it is that he's doing this. And not only does it, but seems to take it to an extreme. They go from just calling each other cute to him literally saying this: "Aw, babe, listen, I know your body is growing and you're starting to develop. That's why I agreed to this. I want to be your first." He even says, "I love teaching you about sex. It's so cute. Oh, and by the way," he begins to explain to her who Alexis Texas is. This is an innocent 13-year-old girl, bear in mind. And honestly, the rest of the messages are way too explicit for me to post it onto my YouTube channel. I'm going to attempt to post it into my Instagram story, but the last time I did, I literally got flagged and my story got taken down. That's how crazy the messages are. But I'm going to leave a link to the entire video in the description down below. This is literally just a snippet of it, but clearly we have everything we need to know about this situation. Clearly it is EDP that is engaging this little kid. Clearly this dude is sick in the head and needs to be in jail.
Yeah, that's just the thing. There's a lot of women that I know now that I'm in my 40s. And guys, I can understand, like, if you get burned in a divorce. So I know quite a few guys who got divorced in their late 30s. They're in mid to late 30s. You know what I mean? Where their wife was just like, you know what? I don't want to be with you anymore. And they're like, wait, what? Why? There's no reason why. I just don't want to be with you. Especially a lot of military guys who got married young, right? So those guys, you know, a lot of them are angry at the opposite sex, right? But a lot of the girls I know that are like 44, 45 and single have never been married. They don't even have anything to be. If you ask them, like, what? Okay, all these men are doing all this bad stuff, but how is this manifested in your life? And they have no answer. So it's like, what's crazy is that there's 19, 20, 21-year-olds that should be optimistic and having fun with dating, and they're talking like there's some, you know, bitter old divorced person who's 50, you know? So
I don't think
that's social media for you.
There's a better example of a person that is a danger to society than a person that is consistently sending pictures to little kids of his guns and then tells them how excited he is to teach them about sex. Honestly, this entire situation just makes me want to vomit in my mouth, and this video really made me squirm as I was making it. Honestly, I never would ever say this about anyone's mother, but in EDP's case, I'm genuinely glad that his mother died before
that's cold, man. That is cold.
He saw her son engage in this act. Let me know what you guys think about this entire situation and what you think about this despicable.
And also, too, guys.
He could have worded that a little differently.
Yeah.
Glad she didn't live to see what he became.
Yeah, that's pretty sad, man. That's pretty rude. Guys, if you're any gender, and first of all, you are what you attract, okay? If you're a person and you attract nothing but like crazy abusive people, something about you is attracting those people and making you choose them. And also too, like,
are you talking directly to me?
Hey man, I had my string of crazies in college. I like literally from like I think it's junior year and senior year, man. Ugh. Anyway, but also too, like if you keep meeting horrible people, like say what if you have to look inside of you, but what about it is like it's not. You always need to be introspective first and say, look, what am I doing to make this happen, right? So. But a lot of themselves and incels are saying, look, it's everyone else's problem. All men are trash. All women are trash. Blah, 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 blah. So, all right, guys, we're at the 2.5 hour mark. Time flies. We're having fun, guys. Like the stream. Hit up the Cash App or the Venmo, guys. I'd appreciate that. And guys, we are almost to the 1,000 sub mark. And then it's Jeff Sokol time. Jameson, any parting words?
Like, subscribe. Comment about how horrible we are for laughing at this stuff.
That's true, man. That is so true. So, all right, you guys, this is AJ. I appreciate you guys. Enjoy your weekend. Jameson, thanks for calling in. And yeah, guys.
Right, Izzy's fighting tomorrow, right?
What's that? Yeah, Izzy's fighting tomorrow. Adesanya's gonna whoop Sean Strickland, so he doesn't stand.
I'll be watching.
Let's be honest. He's gonna kickbox with Adesanya, please. You know what I'm saying? Come on. That goofy style he has with it, where he tries to do like a Philly shell. Come on, man. He's gonna get knocked out. And the thing about Izzy, people think he's hold on. Israel Adesanya. Did you guys know? Dang, yeah. I mean, I'm fighting. Did you guys know that Adesanya's ex-girlfriend's trying to sue him? They were never married. But she's trying to sue him for alimony. She's trying to say that she needs to maintain the lifestyle that she was accustomed to while they were together. Because if you live together for 3 years in New Zealand, it's considered common law. So she's trying to take half of his money. Now I don't know how it panned out, but I don't think it'll go through. But she's trying to say that she built him to what he is today. Clown world, guys. Clown world. But yeah, people don't think that he hits as hard as he does because they think, oh, who's this skinny guy? You know, but man, oh man, oh man, he hits you, and guess what? You will fall down. So, anyways, all right, you guys, have a good one. Bye, Jameson.